Shalom, I'm giving all praise to Yahweh Bashem, Hashai Bashem, Rakakwadash, Shalom to the 144,000 the rest of your elect out there. Shalom to you all. I'm going to try to make this quick. It should be brief. Let's see where the spirit takes me. Anyway, I'm going to entitle this video, Elon Musk talks about a digital God and total annihilation, which means the end of this system. And he says that he wants to be there when he knows that there's going to be, well, he's behind it. He's not he knows, he's behind it with the brain chips. He also knows about the chips that go into the hand, the microchips. And when that's fulfilled, when he talks about a digital God, meaning all things internet, the internet of things will be the internet of all things when they make humans a part of, through biometric, a part of this system, where, you can lose your phone, you can lose your wallet with your credit cards, but you have your ID and all your information inside of a chip, whether it be in your brain, or your head, or your right hand. We speak on this topic to ad nauseum. Look that word up. Gave you another word, ad nauseum. So anyway, okay, this is from Richie from Boston fan page, and he just put this up. Richie from Boston fan page, he'll put up something from 2016, 2017, which is relevant today. But now he started, I don't know when he started doing this, maybe some months ago, I don't know, where he's doing, brand new videos. So this is a recent video of him at like a deal book, Time magazine, New York Times rather, Elon Musk. You have this other site that let me see, and I'll give you the right name of it. And I subscribe to that as well. Let me see if it comes up. Bear with me for a minute. Bear with me for a minute. It should be on the top of the list. There we go. World Government Summit. You should click on that and you should subscribe to it. And I did a video on it, 20-minute video, where this individual that appears to be East Indian descent, Pakistani or whatever, he had a suit on. He was at that World Summit. You look out, they do a pan out to the crowd, to the people, the audience, and it's mostly a lot of traditional Arabs in the audience with some Edomites. They're coming together. Like I said, we're living in a global world. Everything is global. So anyway, I'm sorry. So like I said, you can subscribe to this. Oh, the Indian gentleman made a statement about, electric payments, digital this, digital that. And he said, it seems like the leader of that is certain countries in Africa. They're pushing it heavy. And we know that not one African or the continent itself, the leaders, they didn't push that. They didn't say, "Oh, good idea, let's go digital." It was given to them. It's a script of, fornication. They went to bed with the woman, Revelation 17. And we may even go into that too. But anyway, so what I did was I muted it, and I hit the subtitles, closed caption. So I'll read it, and you can read along with me, okay? Straight up, not once, but twice. This is Richie from Boston talking. This is him talking. I don't know except to say that by the time these lawsuits are decided. Now, when Trump came into office, he just changed everything. He's dismantling the world as we know it in America. He's no more. We're going to do away with the IRS. We're going to do away with the what is this? The Department of Education, which is federal. All these different. He's cutting government. He's cutting government. I don't know how. I don't know what he's going to replace it with. Maybe they're going to replace it with AI. We don't know, but we do know this, or we should know that he gets marching orders. He's not the president. He's not the president. Like Elon Musk said, shut the hell up. You ain't the president, so shut up, nigga. You know that attitude. You know the kid should have said, "Shut up, nigga. Shut the fuck up." You know. So now what they're saying is the real president is Elon Musk and the vice president is Donald Trump. And it's clear as day with the Oval Office. They had that presser. You can clearly see that he's not what do you call it? He's not at the helm. He's not at the helm. He's not driving the car. He's a passenger in the back. So this is Elon, right? It says the time these lawsuits, or by the time these lawsuits are decided, we'll have digital God. We'll have digital God, which is the internet of all things, which includes you. I know we sound like a broken record. If you get tired of hearing it, you can just move on. I don't give a shit. I'm just putting it out there. You know, if you say, well, I didn't know. And I didn't know. Nobody told me not to take it. GMS told you. So just like Elon's son said, shut the hell up. Anyway, the digital God means you're going to be a part of that whole system through the chip, whether it be in your brain or whether it be in your hand. So now they're going through lawsuits. Remember, when you deal with lawsuits, you're dealing with courts. Ultimately, courts go, something's overturned, it goes to a higher court, then eventually goes to the Supreme Court. Remember what Biden said back in 2005 at the confirmation of Justice Roberts, Chief Justice Roberts, out of New Jersey, I believe. He's from New Jersey. He's the Chief Justice. Biden told him, he said, before your tenure, you will rule whether somebody could get a chip. You will rule on that. Mark my words, before your tenure is over. Before you die or retire, you're going to make a rule. It's going to go up to the courts whether you can chip people. So that shows you that they knew about this thing, back in 2005, before we even got on YouTube. So it says about the time these lawsuits are decided, we'll have digital God, meaning we're going to win those lawsuits. We're going to digitize the whole world, including you, the person. So as digital God, at that point, these lawsuits won't be decided before on a time frame that is relevant. Is relevant. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? This is the commentator. He's from, he looks like the guy from, not Bloomberg, but CNBC, financial guy. That's what he looks like. Could be somebody else. Okay, I think we live, there's that, I don't know if it's actually a real Chinese saying or not, but may you live in interesting times. And we are living in interesting times. We're living at the end of this man's system and the beginning of the Most High restoring the kingdom and giving it back to his servants, the Israelites, where every other nation out there will be our slaves, servants, whatever you want to call it, is apparently not a good thing. Right. He said we're living in interesting times, meaning he knows that we might be at the end of the system, and he said which is not really a good thing. Yeah, not a good thing for y'all. I would prefer to personally, I would prefer to live in interesting, like he knows he's going to say annihilate or annihilation. So he's asking himself a question: do I want to be here when this destruction comes? And he says, yes, I want to experience it. So he knows that this system is going down. He probably watches the Israelites. On the other hand, you got Trump. He's clueless. He's clueless. He really doesn't know. He's not that deep. Interesting times, and we live in the most interesting of times, right? The time of Jacob's trouble, the end of the society, deliverance of Israel, the great shipping worldwide on a global scale. Interesting of times. I think for a while I was like really getting demotivated and losing sleep over the sort of threat of AI danger. And he said that more than once. He said, not so many words, that AI is a two-edged sword. There's a term, the term is ghost in the machine. Because you can program a computer and computer do something completely different, because the Most High put a spirit or allowed a demon to go. You think you're talking to the robot that's been programmed. You're actually talking to a demon that overtook the program. Let me look that up. Ghost in the machine, meaning.
According to Wikipedia, the ghost in the machine is a term originally used to describe and critique the concept of the mind existing alongside and separate from the body.
Describes and critiques the concept of the mind existing alongside and separate from the body. That's why they have these cryogenic centers where they take rich people that die and they put them in a cryogenic state. They freeze their body. When they find a cure, they put the whatever the cure is, they throw them out, put it in. The spirit ain't coming back because you don't control the spirits, all right? What does the phrase ghost in the machine mean? Let's see what this is talking about. Phrase of emphasis, problems associated with Cartesian dualism, right? Dualism. Yeah, it's just talking about. I'm sorry. Let me read on. Which mind is seen as a non-physical entity, a ghost. Non-physical entity, a ghost. We all have ghosts in us. The thing that makes us is the ghost that's in us, right? Demons are also ghosts that somehow inhabits and interacts with a mechanical body or the machine. So now, is it possible that They created a robot. They programmed a robot to be good. The robot kills the whole family. And why did he do it? And they can't figure it out. It's the spirit. The Most High sent the spirit to inhabit that machine, to reprogram it to kill. So that's why he said what he said. Let me bring it back. Well, it's right here. It said getting demotivated and losing sleep over the sort of the threat of AI danger. Right, the ghost in the machine. And they showed you that in the movie, Raiders for the Lost Ark at the end with the Germans, and they found the Ark of the Covenant, and the spirits came out. I mean, they made that up. That's Hollywood. But the Most High is the Father of spirits. Okay, so AI danger, and then I finally sort of became a fatalistic, meaning you're gonna die. You're talking about we can die from these robots could kill us. Let me do this. Killer robots, meaning killer robots, also known as lethal autonomous weapons, LAW, or laws, are weapons that can choose and attack targets without human input. That's the ghost in the machine. They use artificial intelligence, AI, to identify and kill targets. It says, killer robots, also known as lethal autonomous weapons, laws, are weapons that can choose and attack, robots that can choose, make their own choice, and it goes in the machine, attack targets without human input, without somebody, they can go against the program. So Esau's he playing with fire, and he's going to get burnt. And he knows this based on what he's saying. See, he's speaking straight up, but he's speaking in code, you know? Even though he's not speaking in code. He's speaking in code, but he's not speaking in code. This is for the elite, okay? And then I finally sort of became fatalistic, thought about death, about it, and said, well, you know, you can die with this. You want to be there to experience it, but you can die in that experience. Well, even if I knew it, I knew I was going to die. It was annihilation. That's the destruction of the system. Was certain. Would I choose annihilation? Look up the word annihilation. You should know that word. Complete destruction. So he knows that this system is going to be destroyed. It's not going to go out with a whimper. It's going to go out with a bang. The missiles, he should know. They do know that the Russians possess missiles and certain other nations possess missiles, and they could use it, right? Use them. Certain would I choose to be alive at that time? This is him saying, would I choose? He knows that this place is going to be destroyed. Like I said, he probably thinks it's going to be destroyed by nuclear annihilation. ICBMs hitting the place. So being that he knows that, does he want to be there? Does he want to die before it happens? Does he want to be there when it happens? He wants to be there when it happens. It says certain would I choose to be alive at that time when the missiles hit? Watch what he says. Or not. And I said I probably would have chosen to be alive at that time, because it's the most interesting thing, even if there's nothing I could do about it. I can drop the mic right now. He's saying that he knows that while you got Jake talking about Kanye West and Drake and Kendrick Lamar and the Super Bowl halftime. We see what's going on. We see the majority of Jake out there have no clue that this place is going to be destroyed by thermonuclear destruction. And a lot of them watch our videos, but it goes over their head. So what did this guy say? He said so much in code that he knows that this destruction is coming. There's going to be an end to this man's system. And would he want to be alive or would he want to die before it happens? No, he said he want to be alive. He said he want to experience that. He want to see them. He want to see the fire in the sky. So he's a deep thinker, right? He's a somewhat of a deep thinker. That's why when he talks, big mouth Trump got to shut up. Now check this out. Trump gets rude awakening as Europe smacks him down. Everybody, he's making enemies all around the planet. Now we know why. We've been knew why, but even more so. Revelation 17 and 12 on down. When the horns shall make wars, send fire to her because of him. They're gonna hate. Hey, it says Revelation 17. It says they're gonna hate the whore. They're gonna hate the whore because of this one guy. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen, man. We're at the end of this thing. I would say inside of months, whether it be 6 months from now, 4 months from now, 2 months from now, a year and 18 months from now, we clearly see that the technology is there. They've already got the chip. It's a matter of chipping the whole planet. Okay, I said I was gonna go somewhere. Anyway, I forgot where I was going to go. But I want to do something. I was listening to, I don't know, the first 15, 20 minutes of a video that the Apostle Ramlab had put up. And he was going into, it was various topics. And what did he go into? Damn, I got to go back to it. But whatever caught my eye in that video. Oh, right. He was going into Isaiah chapter 63 and about the Yahushua, the Messiah, coming to destroy the Edomites. And then he mentioned David Guzik. If you don't know David Guzik, he's one of the key figures of the Blue Letter Bible. We know for all these brothers that got the blue. Bring up the Blue Letter. They got it from. I'm the one that found that video. I'm the one that actually the Spirit gave it to me. I didn't find nothing. The Spirit gave it to me. Then it went down from myself to the two apostles. Not so much Ricard. He really don't use it. He does use it, but not as much as myself and Apostle Gabar, Apostle Ramlab. And then you got the elders and the bishops, and then you got these other camps. They were, let's go to the Blue Letter. They got it from GMS, all right? The only one that doesn't go to the Blue Letter on video, he damn sure goes to the Blue Letter behind the scenes. I can't prove that. I'm talking about Nate. Nate is that's Wile E. Coyote. Cause he looked like Wile E. Coyote. That nigga looked like Wile E. Coyote, man. I ain't trying to snap. But anyway, Guzik said that Isaiah 63 is talking about when the Messiah come back. I didn't read his thing, but I'll take the apostle's word for it. And he might even be, David Guzik might even be a Jake. But he's like a top guy, scholar type of guy. He knows about us. He most likely knows about us. If he doesn't, he should know. Well, even Wes Huff, knows about it. When they asked him about the Israelites, are you going to debate an Israelite? He said, I'm going to stay in my lane. I leave that with the vocab. So if he knows vocab, Malone, he knows about the Israelites. He knows Apostle Dahar, Apostle Bishop, this bishop, that elder, Bishop Nate, General Yohana, whatever. He knows about that. Trust me. They all know about it. These top so-called Christian leaders, mainly among Esau, they know about it. And a lot of them say, you know what, man? I don't know, man. I think we're going in the cat. That's what they're saying. But anyway, so when Apostle Ryan Lob, forgive me for the rambling and the ranting, but I'm making sense here, I believe. When he was talking about that, he said that, and you can watch the video. You know, Apostle Ram Lab always gives you edifying videos. He gives you lessons within lessons. Anyway, so he read something that David Wuzik, whatever his name is. He said, yeah. He said that Isaiah 63 is talking about when the Messiah comes. Okay, so in Isaiah 63 it talks about the Edomites. So for certain Christians that say, oh, the Edomites are done away with, well, he doesn't believe that. But then he says, what did he say? I don't subscribe to it or something like that. So he's kind of like caught in the middle. So I went to Isaiah 63 and I went to the, matter of fact, here it is right now. And yeah, they were kind of beating around the bush. But then you know what I thought about? This was in my mind too. Like if you go to Daniel, let me go to Daniel 7. Daniel 7. And we can start at verse 9. Now that clearly describes a so-called black. Watch how they hack it up. Give me a second. Give me a second. Wool is okay. It says wool right there. White as snow, indicating like the pure wool, the purity and justice of the wool. They're not saying, oh, you know what, this guy sounds like a black guy. Give me a second. Okay, like pure wool, the imagery of which Daniel saw a man on the throne, which is the Most High, in the physical form. His spirit came down in the physical, embodied as a man, sitting on the throne, with a robe, sitting on the throne, and he had an afro. Okay? The imagery of the vision in the book of Enoch is based largely upon that of the present passage of Daniel. Come on, man. They don't want to say. Why don't you just say he's a black man? He sounds like a Negro to me. Let me see. Like an old man clad in a garment of snowy whiteness, and the hair of his head as wool. That this is a symbolic appearance of God is beyond doubt. Yeah, and he looked like a black man. He was a Negro, just like Daniel. But this is not what I wanted, but I started from this point. This is 10. Issued and came forth from, and a verse or two above that, it talks about the last beast, diverse from all the rest, having multiple heads and horns and so forth, and crowns. A fiery, which all scholars will tell you that's the Roman Empire, right? It says a fiery stream issued and came forth from before him, and thousands upon thousands ministered unto him, and 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him. The judgment was set, and the books were open. Let's see what it says. Stream, thousands stood, the judgment was set, and the books were open. Let's go to the next verse. Okay. Then because of the voice of the great words which the horn spake, I beheld till the beast, which is the last beast, the diverse beast, was slain or destroyed, and his body destroyed and given to the burning flame. So let's see what Cambridge has to say. The beast represents the fourth empire, is slain. You know what, let me do this. Okay, so right here it says, and consequently the horn is a part of the fourth beast or of the Roman Empire. Beast as Rome. History of the race to work out by the Roman Empire. Roman monarchy. Beheld even till the beast was slain, the fourth beast, the Roman monarchy. So the scholars agree. So when did the Lord come down on the throne with an afro, with a white garment on, and the son, one like unto the Son of Man, and thousands upon thousands, and 10,000 on 10,000 came, and it says the beast was given to the burning flame. What is that talking about? When did that happen in the Roman Empire? So let's see what they say. Okay, it says, and his body destroyed. The empire, or the Roman Empire, being represented by an animal, its body will correspond to the fabric or political organization of the state. This is to be utterly brought to an end. So I did a word search on the word Rome, right? And how many times did it come up? A bunch of times. And he was given to be burned with fire, to the burning of the flame. Isaiah 64 and 11. I got to read that. Has become for the burning of the fire, i.e., complete destruction. It is hardly likely that there is, let us moving, that there is any illusion here that the torment of the wicked after. No, it's not talking about that. It's talking about it speaks about the different beasts, and this last beast was given to the fire. It's not talking about you individuals going to hell. So you fell off the horse. Come on, man, this is weak. In other words, they just don't know. Okay, give you a reference to now the individuals that the writer has reviewed. Okay, so it says Revelation 19 and 20, Revelation 20 and 10 are not sufficient proof that the author of Daniel had the ideal here in his mind. So they reference Isaiah. They reference Revelation 19 and 20. And the beast was taken. So that's the same beast that Daniel saw that John is talking about in Revelation. more than 2,000. I'm sorry, more than 1,000 years in the future. And the beast was taken. And now what? Now, if John, the Apostle John and Daniel were speaking about the same thing, okay, I can understand you saying, well, that's a prophecy that Daniel saw. But if the Roman Empire was done away with, John, that's not a prophecy coming according to John. But it could be. It could be in the near future because the Roman Empire was still in power. But Jake took over. What John was talking about was latter day prophecies now, which Daniel saw the same thing. He saw the same thing. He described the same multi-headed monster. So let's read this again. And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that worked miracles. That's also in Revelation 16. Before him, with which he deceived them that received the mark of the beast, which is the microchip, which is the microchip, which is the microchip. The Bishop Nate's going to have to do a lot of explaining when they make that breaking news that you got your mandatory, you got to get this chip. And them that worshipped his image. What does it mean to worship his image? They're not going to say you got to take the chip and then you got to have a picture of Caesar Borgia. We're going to give out pictures of Caesar. The image is not talking about a picture. The image is talking about a system. Like a father has a son, and his friends or the father says, his son, you're the spitting image of your father. You might not even look like your father. You act like your father. He can be light skinned, you can be dark skinned, but you act like your father, right? It says so. Image means the system. These both were cast into a lake of fire, burning with brimstone, and that's poetic, because what John saw was an angel gassing the beast in the fire, but it really represents the missiles hitting that place. So this is Revelation 20 and 10. And that devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire, same thing. And well, it says in that devil. So what's the devil? The devil is also the beast in Daniel chapter 7, also the beast in Revelation. Lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophets are, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever. So the day and night forever and ever. They must be talking about an eternal hell. There's no such thing as an eternal hell. The Most High doesn't have a place in the middle of the earth where he takes your soul and puts it. The IUIC says the worm dieth not. The worm is you. It's your spirit. Remember, the scriptures say, Jacob, thou worm. Then no, you're just making it up. And you got these zombies that believe you. Anyway, the reason why I want to say that is because you see how they do it. They flip flop. Cambridge will tell you that it's talking about the Roman Empire. Matter of fact, I'm sorry. Right, we're in Daniel. So Daniel 7 and 11, they equated to what? Revelation 19 and 20, Revelation 19 and 20, Revelation 20 and 10. Isaiah 64 and 11. Let's see what that's all about. Our holy and our beautiful house. It's not talking about destruction. But anyway, that's all I wanted to say. I went a little long. Please forgive me. With that, it's on to the next. And the chip, Elon Musk knows it. He knows that this place is going to be destroyed, but he said he wants to be there to experience it. So, if he knows better, he'd be out the country. If he knows. But if he's here in the country, anybody that's here, if the president's here, because you're not going to be able to hop on, what is it? What's the plane that they use for the president? Air Force One or whatever. You ain't gonna have time. By the time you get in that plane, you go. And then if you go up in the air, you gotta. Let's say you get in that Air Force. What is it called? Air Force One. Am I saying that right? What is the name of the plane that the president flies around in? Air Force One. Right, Air Force One. You got kicks that are called Air Force Ones. So let's say they hop into the Air Force One under a continuity of government. Let me look that word up. Continuity of government, meaning continuity of government, COG or COG, is the ability to maintain essential government functions during an emergency, even when the missiles drop. We got to get everybody in Air Force One, important people, and we got to fly out of here. And when America's destroyed, we'll come back. When the smoke is clear, we'll build America back up again. You got to keep the government going. They showed you that in the movie Deep Impact. The president was Morgan Freeman. Good movie. And they said that they can only save so many people. And the people that they saved, people first on the list was the government, scientists, people, highly intelligent people. You regular people, well, and then they had a lottery. Certain common people can make it, right? It says it involves the execution, legislation. That's the president. Legislation is the Congress. Two houses of Congress, House of Reps and the Senate, and judicial branches of government, which is the federal court systems, which are your district courts. What do you call it? You got your district courts, you got your circuit courts, and then you got the Supreme Court. That's your federal courts. Branches of government at all levels, from federal to local. Okay, then local people too. Governors, New York governor, this, that. When they go to escape, they get in the plane. Guess what? You got to deal with the chariots, so you can get blasted out of the sky. So there's no escape. There's no escape. So Elon knows this, man. He knows this place. The Most High gonna take this place out. The question is, do I want to be there to experience? Do I want to see the missiles come before I die? And he said, yeah, I want to see it. And this guy, he's not thinking that way. He's not thinking that way. The majority of the people of America, the citizens, the people in America, because it's citizens, non-citizens, they ain't thinking about that. There's Israelites that don't really think about that. We thinking about that. Anytime we do when we teach, always in the back of our mind, we're watching the prophecies on the news, which leads you one step closer. When they make the MOTB, micro C-HIP, mandatory, that's going to be a test. And I think that the test is going to probably be for about a month. A lot of things can happen in a month, right? 30 days. But people go, no, I got to get it. I want to eat. This guy died because he didn't take the chip. He should have took the. My husband died because he didn't take the chip, and I took the chip with the kids, and I didn't tell my husband, and he dropped dead because he didn't want to eat, and this, that, and the third. I mean, you got things where you can get a chip. Your woman can get a chip, buy the food, bring it home, and your husband can eat. So there's something that they're gonna do where, you're gonna have a hard time surviving in the grid without a chip. Let's see what this is. Okay, I'm just checking this out. Oh, and the so-called the Christian world, they're not, none of them, especially the so-called black church. They're not speaking about the prophecies. They don't even go into the prophecies. Anyway, with that, shalom on to the next.